What's going on, everyone? Juan Carlos Barnett here, founder of Goldbar, and you are listening to the Luxury Real Estate Podcast. So I actually interviewed this gentleman maybe 3 years ago, and when I interviewed him, he was very young, 27 years old at the time, completely crushing it in the Breckenridge, Colorado market. But what I noticed that he was doing was a little bit different. He was going out of his way to build relationships with all of these developers and these builders. And basically what ended up happening was his entire vision just kind of manifested. And now he's working upwards of $300 million in active listings. He's 31 years old. He's completely crushing the game. He's breaking records. And we have him back for 15 minutes with Bo Palazzola. Let's get it, man. Bo, come on.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man. We just got off stage. We're here in New York. We're doing this workshop, and everyone loved you, by the way. Just go ahead and give everyone a little bit of details on your story and your come up, because how much do you have in active listings right now if you just factor in that new development?
Over 600 million now.
600. All right, so double the 300.
Five developments, 600 million in exclusive listings.
Over $500 million in exclusives, but it wasn't always that way. Let's take them back to day one. Like, what's the story? What was the grind like?
I think you kind of nailed it on the head earlier when you said I manifested it. I mean, I speak my life into existence, but I also live real estate. It's my whole life. I feel like if you really want this, you have to do it every single day. And I'm just different, I think, in essence that I'm just being real throughout the journey, and I'm not trying to be that like persona of something. I'm myself. I'm my character, right?
You're being your true authentic self. And when you first started out, like did you get your license like out of nowhere? Like how did the actual beginning happen?
My story is crazy. I mean, it'd be longer than 15 minutes, but I mean, I literally was living in my car to making my first $1 million when I was 27 years old to now top agent in my market, top 1% in the US. And I really am just starting. I think we've talked about that, and we talked about it today. I mean, I'm willing to be very vulnerable, but, and let people know that you are going to mess up, and you are going to have setbacks. You are going to suffer. And I've had a lot of that. I mean, I started, everyone knows kind of my story, but started at Remax, got my first listings off knocking on 1,000 doors my first week in the business. Got my first listing 2 weeks in real estate from door knocking. It didn't take me 6 months or a year to get a deal. And I sold 20 million my first year in the business.
What was your, what did you say when these people answered the door?
I mean, you have to find a common ground and a common connection. That's what I say. Obviously you're going to get the door shoved, slammed in your face, but it's just being able to react very fast and having an elevator pitch down that doesn't sound like a salesman. You don't want to be cheesy. You want to be real, and you just want to get to know these people. That's the most important part.
Something you mentioned on stage is that you were working 70, 80 hours a week for the last 5 years, and your entire grind, year one, you did an open house. How long?
I mean, every day. I mean, I tell my new agents, you need to do open houses 7 days a week to get into this
But you
business.
did an open house for how many, months?
Oh, I did it, I did one open house every day until it sold. It was 6 months every day.
That is, every single day, no
literally,
matter.
Rain, snow. I mean, I had clients, now, new clients that were then at the time just the nosy neighbors that were watching me set up the signs, and they just kept seeing the consistency. I mean, what I've learned in this business is it's zero intimidation. You can't be intimidated by anyone, and it's consistency. And by doing that, I was consistent, and then I sold that house for 5 or 6 million, got another one for 7 million, and another one for around the same price.
And so snowball from there.
Made $1 million almost right there off 3 deals, and that was because I literally showed up every day. I learned that the way I've had such success so fast is because I put real estate before my own life. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing, and we can talk about that a little right now if we have time, but I went into a dark place because of that.
But let's talk about that a little bit. I know we don't have much time, but if you are doing 20 million your first year, isn't life good? Like what happened after that?
Well, I mean, my old managing broker at Sotheby's said I was the hardest working agent he's ever seen in his life, and that he knew right away that my market wasn't big enough for me. So I have a thing, and I think, you have to find golden nuggets, you use that word, throughout life. And you might, go to one of these events, and, you might literally take away one word or one sentence, but that one word can change your whole life, So I feel like you have to truly, know what you want first, and figure out a way to make it happen.
I love it, man. And now, what's your goal moving forward? Because I see you.
But I will say I'm always and always. So one thing I was going to say is I took a golden nugget from Ryan Serhant. Like, he said that to me like 5 years ago when I was first getting in the business. I heard him say I'm always and always, and I'm thinking, what does that mean? And for me, it's like, I'm always looking to always grow. Like, I'm not satisfied with making 20 million a year. I'm not satisfied with doing 100 million a year. I mean, at this point, I'm getting to where I'm going to grow $1 billion a year team, and I'm projecting to do it. I mean, at this point now, it's like, if I just don't die, I'll do it. Because I think one thing is important that I've realized, and that we've talked about too, is time. It takes time.
So you have relentless work ethic. You're consistently just getting in front of people. I love how you were talking about your strategy when it comes to like networking. Like, you're out here in New York. Like, tell us that story, like literally last night.
Yeah.
Hey, Goldbar Nation, real quick. If you're a real estate agent stuck making between $0 to $100,000 per year and want to grow to more than $500,000 a year in gross commissions, all while still actually having a life, we'd love for you to check out our platform at goldbarcoaching.com, where we're helping hundreds of agents do the same. If you're enjoying this podcast so far, please remember to leave us a review and share it with friends. That's all. Let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, so I lean into every situation. Again, it's living real estate. I mean, obviously I don't have kids, don't have a family. I don't have anything that is holding me down. So that obviously helps. But I feel like too, if you have a wife, you have a family, they can just be your rock. They can be your support system. They have to allow you to go out and do real estate. I say there's no wrong way of doing real estate. It's just doing real estate every day, because you truly never know where your next deal is going to come from.
But you mentioned you went to a hotel last night and you were just like talking it up, and like now you have like a client like
literally. Yeah. $15 million buyer. He wants to go down to Mexico City and buy a property down there, and I'm going to fly down with him and help broker the deal. I've learned that I'm really good at networking and commanding a room, and I spend the money to do it. I mean, it takes money. You have to invest in your own brand and your own self if you really want to have success. And you fake it till you make it. I mean, that's a true saying in real estate. I think Ryan Serhant told a story once when he first started. I mean, he went to Chinatown and bought a fake Rolex. I mean, that's real stuff. Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm really good at leaning into situations and networking and doing it alone, because it goes back to not being intimidated by anything. And yeah, I like really nice hotels. I think it's important to travel where your clients are, travel where you want to be and where you want to meet people, and follow the wealth, and yeah, I mean, it's expensive for sure, but one relationship that you meet in the lobby, like last night, that's a $2,000 a night hotel room, will pay off 10 times.
Could change your life, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we got door knocking. We have you going out of your way to do tons of open houses consistently. You're meeting people when you're networking at luxury, high-end locations like hotels and country clubs and ski lodges. You have the lead sources.
Bro, I started playing polo for this shit.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was around horses my whole life. My dad owned race horses growing up. And then I grew up riding horses. So I knew, but I've never like ever thought I would ever play polo. And it just dawned upon me that, that's where wealth is. And if I know how to ride horses, then shit, I can learn how to play polo.
No kidding. Yeah.
And I've met clients from polo matches.
So you're living your life, or you're living your business through your own life. It's just like whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis, that's where you're meeting clients.
100%. So I'm truly never working because it's our life. You know what I mean? Life. I mean, my dad taught me this. He's like, figure out what you're good at first in life, and then find a way to make money doing it.
Love it.
And I'm really good at people and real estate. I know that God made me to help people and sell real estate.
Amen. And now in regards to you doing a listing pitch, like now you're meeting all these people, you're building relationships, they reach out to you like, Bo, I got to sell, but I'm also interviewing 2 other people. Like, how do you knock that listing down like at 100%? Like what do you do to get?
I mean, I go in so confident that I know it's my listing before I even go in. I mean, typically what happens is they'll cancel those meetings whenever they meet with me. But I always encourage people, to pick what's best. I mean, I heard Tracy Tudor mention that, and, I'm not for everyone. I get that, but and I always have a dress down look. I'm always very casual, but that's just who I am. That's become my brand. And my clients never question that, because they know that I know the market better than anyone. and my marketing is better than anyone. That's what I take pride on, is I go above and beyond on my marketing and my videos, my photography, my print, digital, campaigns, and they see that. They see the quality, the attention to detail. They see that, I'm there staging the properties myself. I'm there making sure all the pillows are chopped in the middle and everything looks fucking perfect. Like, that's important,
Yeah.
And, they just expect it to be done. They don't even really, they don't want to think about it, but they expect the best because they're very high net worth individuals and they want the best. So I feel like, I have become the best in my market through my consistency and work ethic, and then just having an eye. I mean, I had a billionaire once say, be weird in a good way, be different in a good way. And I think that stuck with me. And then just telling them that, there's no one better in that market. I mean, I've broken 8 records now in my market, highest price in the history of that town, highest price in the history of the other town next door, highest price per square foot, highest price in the town representing buyer and seller. I mean, multiple records. So my track record now truly speaks for itself.
And now you're going out of your way you're getting listings consistently. How do you bring these multi-million-dollar properties to market? Like, what's your strategy there?
Well, like Flag said, I mean, it takes me about 10 days to 2 weeks. I don't cut corners. A lot of agents just, use their friend as a photographer, and, they just half-ass everything, and they leave the soaps in the showers and the toothbrushes on the counter, and, and that stuff, adds up. The little things add up. So I tell my clients, we're not rushing this process. I say that I roll out the red carpet. I call it blitz marketing. I'm on every single marketing platform that we can be on possible. And I do it the right way. I like to, obviously get everything lined up with my marketing team. And then once we have the finished product and we're ready to roll, then I usually do, a coming soon campaign first, because with the new, NAR rules, you have to have it live within 24 hours. So I do that to create a buzz. And then, I'm big on the broker caravans, just because I think, one, as a new agent in luxury, you start to get these luxury listings, you need the broker community to recognize that.
Correct. I love it, man. Just to end off, if you were starting from scratch, what would you do differently?
Take my finances more serious, and not, I mean, I was blowing and going, I was making $1 million a year and I'm spending $2 million a year, so I feel like, that's where I needed to learn, was financial ignorance.
And as a real estate agent, like, obviously that's an important thing to manage your business. How much do you invest from your revenue back into your business? Is there like a percentage, or?
I mean, honestly, I invest everything in my brand. I mean, I was financially ignorant for a long time, and I'm still learning what I need to do differently that way. But I'm not scared to spend the money, because what I've learned is money's actually really easy to make, and I'm good at making it. So as long as I wake up tomorrow, I make more money tomorrow.
I love it. And invest in your personal brand is the best investment you could do.
You have to. I mean, I was in Europe traveling around last month for 3 weeks by myself, networking. And I mean, I only stayed at 5-star hotels. I only went to the nicest restaurants. Didn't do any crazy things. Didn't do any shopping. Nothing. Just purely traveled and stayed at nice hotels. And in 3 weeks, I spent like $42,000.
Oh my goodness! And you made some contacts along the way.
Hell yeah!
Love it.
That will pay off 10 times.
I love it.
So I truly believe, as a new agent, take that first commission check, take the 10th check you make, and just reinvest the whole damn thing into your own brand, your own business.
Love it, man. How can people find you?
Main thing is Instagram. Just Breck Realty on Instagram, and shoot me a DM and just let me know how I can help you.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, this is the Goldbar Luxury Real Estate Podcast. And if you're getting value from this, please subscribe. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bo, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, brother. Great event.